The dangers of tap and go credit card fraud is becoming more and more relevant on a day-to-day basis. Particularly in South Africa, there are a lot of criminal elements out there that are finding very innovative ways of cloning cards as well as utilizing NFC devices to make fraudulent credit card transactions. I recently wrote a thought leadership piece early last year on the dangers of the tap and go credit card functions. This was picked up quite well by the media, appeared on numerous radio stations and TV stations discussing these points. The actual article expanded right through to the dangers of tap and go at the toll gates, as well as the ability for toll gate operators to actually clone cards when you hand it to them to pay. I decided to generate this playlist to try and help educate people further on the dangers of tap and go and what you can actually do to get around these issues. One of the things that I've always advocated is cyber awareness, and this goes in our day-to-day life as well. Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who's trying to approach you to possibly take a copy of your card or possibly try and sneak in a transaction using an NFC device. I've also advocated for the use of smart devices. These require biometric scanning to enable the pay function. You can also link these smart devices to a virtual credit card. This makes it easier to cancel the virtual card if somebody does gain access to your card. It also disables the ability for somebody to just tap your account, without the pay function being enabled on the smart device. There are some banks that offer virtual cards that need to be topped up to make a purchase. These are great because you can minimize your balance, available balance in that transaction, and you only have to allocate funds as and when needed. If the top-up function is not available, rather link the virtual card to an account you can control the balance of. It's pointless enabling it on your check account where your salary goes in, because on payday you're obviously going to have a larger amount of money in there. Rather have a smaller balance on one of your credit cards and link your virtual account to that credit card. There are obviously downsides to the use of smart devices. People often ask me, what happens if the device is stolen? Your biometric controls over the phone should facilitate that nobody can use the card function without that. If they are able to bypass this, obviously the best thing to do is to cancel the virtual card that your device is linked to. Internet access is another big thing, especially in South Africa. A lot of people don't have readily available access to the internet, which means that they can't really use the card on a smart device, nor can they top up the facility off the internet that they have. Some card readers as well need the cards to be inserted or swiped. These are a red flag and should be avoided at all costs. I noted in one of my recent trips from Gauteng to the Eastern Cape that one of the petrol stations that I stopped at required no PIN number or any form of authentication for the card transaction. They literally swiped it in the machine and sent me on my way. I didn't even have to sign for the transaction. They just printed the slip for me. So yeah, I'm dedicating this playlist to all my media interviews that I did around the tap and go functions. And I'll hope you enjoy the discussions that I had as much as I did.